Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of G&A podcast. I am the sassy black woman who works at the fast food restaurant who ain't taking yo shit. Doo.
And I am the tsundere cat who keeps Drew up all night with his loud, obnoxious meowing. So, Roni.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Cutting two birds with one stone, man.
Exactly. Welcome back to a wonderful week of anime. This is the first week of many first episodes.
Yep, we're getting into it a lot of firsts, starting with One Punch Man Season 2, Episode 1. So should we talk about this first, or should we give our impressions of the first season of One Punch Man?
Sure, I don't mind talking about the first season.
All right.
I thought the first season was very fun. I enjoyed it because I knew exactly what it was going into it.
Yeah.
Because everyone and their mother talked about this. They were just like, "Oh, it's really memey, like a really mean version of like shonen anime," and knowing that, it made the experience very.
Yeah, enjoyable. I feel like if I didn't know what it was and I watched it, I'd probably be like, "Ugh, what is this?" But knowing what it was helped. Like going into it as a comedy. Like for the longest time, I thought One Punch Man was an actual serious shonen. So yeah, I actually just binged it yesterday. So for me, it's fresh in my head, and I gotta say, the first half of it I did not like. Like everything preceding, before the actual hero exam and them joining up with the other heroes. Because to me, I'm not a huge fan of Saitama or even Genos. I like everyone else, like all the other characters, like Moomin Rider and obviously Tatsumaki and all the other silly characters are my favorites. The old dude. So until their introduction, I was kind of just like not sold on the series. But then once that happened and like rounded out the cast, the last half of the first season was really, really fun.
I can see that. Like any person who's attracted to men, I was just okay with Genos existing because he's just very good looking.
Also, the animation was clearly godly, and I think that's gonna be a big point for this season.
Like I didn't even mind the first half because at the first half, I just had a lot of fighting, a lot of good fighting. Like I was like, this is what I'm here for: memes and fighting.
And of course, the second season has switched studios to JC Staff, which is not necessarily known for their quality animations. So let's just talk about this episode. And I gotta say, I don't think it was anywhere near as good as the first season in terms of quality of animation, but it was alright. It wasn't bad.
I don't think
nothing crazy happened. It was like
I think for me it's too early for me to tell difference. Yeah, like, there wasn't a noticeable difference at all. Genos looked the same, Saitama looked the same, everyone looked the same.
It's one of those things where I'm sure people are nitpicking, like look at this animation frame or whatever. But watching it just without going nitpicky, it was alright. It wasn't anything like if you had told me that this was part of the first season, like this was done by I forget who did the first season, Bones or Madhouse, I would be like, oh, okay, it would fit.
Yeah, I would believe that.
And as far as first episodes go, I actually like this first episode more than I like the first episode of the first season. So
I don't remember that.
Exactly. For this first episode, or for this first part of the season, I found it interesting that they focused on King from the S-Class heroes. It's like the most random person to focus on.
Yep, and then you find out that he has no power.
He is just a person who's always in the right place. He's like the opposite of Saitama, actually. It's funny because he's just Saitama gives everything and gets no credit. This dude does nothing and gets all the credit. Yeah. So I think that's like an interesting juxtaposition. And him as a character is just kind of, I didn't like him as a character. He was kind of silly and annoying with his constant blubber. Like, it was funny at first, but then they kept focusing on him crying and pissing his pants and being obnoxious.
I mean, that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, but I felt like they drove it into the ground. Like, I felt bad for him at a certain point.
What did you? Oh, don't you want him to be like, oh my god, I need to stand up for myself?
No, because that's not this type of show. I'm like, he's just totally gonna That's what Moomin Rider is for. He's the average person who's gonna be like, I'm here to transcend my averageness and show you anyone can be a hero. So we don't need King to do that.
I liked King being. Yeah, I appreciate King being a weeb and being whatever scared shitless. Glad he admitted it. It wasn't like a total jerk about it. That would make me hate his character.
If he was like an asshole, like just like there was a character like that in some shonen. I forget what it was. But I hate those types of characters that just like are purposely done to be shitty.
Yeah. So and that was not him. You know, he's not. I don't know. I feel like he has enough personality, like you know the way how he plays games, how he was trying to pretend like he didn't get like the VN game.
Yeah, with the Gundam game or whatever. Like, how did I get in there?
I didn't get Doki Doki Sisters.
I hope him and Saitama get along, like just chill at his house from now on while Genos is just out there fighting for his life.
Oh, poor Genos.
I kind of hope they do that, like the rest of the season, or at least part of the season focuses on the other heroes because a lot of them were interesting.
Yeah, I will say, and I don't know. I feel like I want Saitama. Either I want the other heroes to have focus on, or I want Saitama to be more developed. One of the two needs to happen.
Yeah,
preferably both. That'd be great. Both.
But you have both at the same time where he gets developed through their development.
Yeah, because at this point he still seems like I'm strongest in the world, and I'm kind of like because I don't have any empathy because I'm just strong all the time. Blah.
I do want to see them of the heroes, the S-class heroes. I'm interested in the kid. I don't know if you remember any of them. I'm interested in the kid. Obviously Tatsumaki because she's best.
Wow, you remember her fucking name.
That's how you know I love her. I'm interested. I think there was one of the S rank heroes is like one of the Tank Top brothers. Like they have the Tank Top Tiger and Tank Top Black Hole, and they were like a subplot in the first season.
Why do I feel like he was an A class?
Was he an A class? I feel like there's an S class Tank Top something.
It could be.
So I want to see if that develops into something. I don't know. I like this world more than I actually like Saitama and Genos, to be honest.
I agree. It's a huge selling point. Makes it very just their interactions with the world. Make the whole anime very enjoyable.
Yeah. So that's where we're at with season 1 or season 2. So let us move on to Fruits Basket, episode 2. AKA let's fucking hate on Kyo and suck Yuki's dick.
Yeah, this really hurt my soul. Like because as you guys know, I actually really love Kyo.
Yeah.
I thought I hate Yuki. I just like Kyo more. So it really hurt when Kyo was like, I forgot how much of a dick he was. Like, yeah,
he kind of is. He's not purposely.
Yeah. It's like for me. This is like the cringy side tsundere. This is in my mind how like if someone in real life tried being tsundere, it would actually turn out. It would actually.
You'd just be an asshole. Exactly. No one would hang around with you unless they had godly patience like Toru does. And
even then, not even her patience were out. It was just like she was just like, "Oh, you're like really mad at me. I'm gonna
bye."
Yeah, I'm gonna walk away from you.
Which, by the way, the show is making like. I love Toru so much. I usually don't like. I never like reverse harems, obviously, because one of the reasons why is I always feel like the girl is just like this Mary Sue type of boring, plain character.
She's always like, "What's going on?"
And all the guys are just fighting over her, like, "Oh, she's my plain, boring princess." And I'm not saying Toru isn't kind of boring, but she's boring in a very cute and like fun, homey way. Like I would just like love to sit down and chat with Toru.
Yeah, she's very adorable. It's definitely not one of those animes where like the men are I feel like I was gonna say the men are prettier than her. I'm like, that's true.
I kind of feel like the show's fair. Like the men are first off, they make Yuki like,
Yuki.
She's
Yuki, and I still remember that midriff on Kyo. I was like, ugh.
But they give some love to the girls. I think Toru's pretty attractive in a lot of her scenes too. In a very subdued. It's not like they have Toru walking around flashing her midriff like Kyo does.
Yeah. Did she always have the double ribbons in her hair?
I think so.
Oh, they look really good in this time around.
But yeah, Toru's nice. She's adorable. She helps me sustain my life. And Kyo, this episode was. But that's why I like Kyo, because he's actually he's tsundere, but he feels realistic tsundere, like you said. So it's not like he's not like like Asuka or Rin. They're just abusive and Baka. That's not what I meant to do. Like just being silly type of.
You forgot the girl from Arima.
Oh god, no, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole other
thing.
Yeah, right.
Kirino is not even tsundere. She's just abusive.
I don't even like saying her name.
Kyo is just kind of like someone who's really socially awkward and.
Remember when they all got talking to him? And she just puts a girl in like
an arm lock, yeah,
and then proceeds to jump out the window.
That was great. I think the girl was just like, I'm dying.
Oh god, why are you doing this? Well, that'll teach him.
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward next day at school.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit. I do appreciate Yuki standing up for Toru. Like I feel like which needs to happen in like actual harems when there's like a tsundere who's just going in, like, or was anyone to slap Yukino in the face and beat the shit out of her when she got out of line.
Nah, that's right.
What? No, she totally needs to get her ass beat. What are you talking about?
I don't support beating up cute girls, just for the record.
I don't support beating up cute guys. But
apparently you do.
But I support girls being treated like shit even less for no reason.
Fair enough. I will say this episode did a whole lot of Yuki dick sucking, and it kind of came around to Kyo at the very end, where it was like, oh, he's actually very well, no, because then he kind of did like a double joke where he was like, how's my food? It's shit. Get out of here.
Oh, that one point where he like apologized in the forest. Oh, he was so cute.
That was a really good scene.
Oh, he was so cute. Oh, I instantly melted. Oh, that was worth the entire episode. That one moment worth the entire episode. I was like, yep, that's great.
The opening song was also very nice.
It was.
That was a really good. Very slow pace, but it's like calming. It reminds me of the original opening. It was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I need to hear that song now. We should have played it during the karaoke stream.
Right?
Alright. Well, that's that Fruits Basket episode out of the way. Let's move on to something else that I think is my episode of the week. And I don't know if it's going to be Drew's.
Probably.
But we got Carole Tuesday, episode 1.
Yes, it is. It is very much our episode of the week. Oh, boy. Oh, God, where do I think? I don't even know where to begin with this.
Also, so good.
First of all, I'm just going to point out, of course, a white woman would be named Tuesday.
I want to point out, since it's going to be framing a lot of what I have to say, the director for this show is actually the director for Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Now everything else,
everything else now makes sense.
First of all, oh god, I don't know what that. Okay, let's talk about the animation, I guess. It's so, I don't know, it's so pretty, but in a very like comfortable way.
Yeah, it feels like it looks so much like the Bronx or Brooklyn or Manhattan, like the architecture and everything. Like, yeah, I see what you were saying when you were saying I want a sci-fi that kind of looks like it's realistic. Like I could feel like, oh, this is going to be how the Bronx looks in 100 years from now or something like that.
Exactly.
It's like it's futuristic, but not so futuristic that you can't see it not happening. Like when they were in the restaurants and like they had the drones delivering food, I'm like, oh, that could happen. Or when they had like the menus, all the menus were on the table and it was like a touch screen. I'm like, oh, that could definitely happen. We already have kiosks that are touch screen.
Exactly. Like this is very much like what was the genre? Postmodern.
Yeah.
Yeah. This very postmodern feel. And it's like, and they don't go so hard with it to the point where it doesn't like take up like the feeling. Like it doesn't feel like cold robots.
Yeah.
Beep boop beep boop. Like it's not like all of a sudden this has become a Ghost in the Shell.
No, it's not a cyberpunky or anything like that. And I think the animation was so like, first off, the art style, so beautiful.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's so beautiful, but
she's in agrees.
It's so pretty, yet like it doesn't feel like KyoAni. Like there's anything wrong with KyoAni. Like I'm specifically referring to Violet Evergarden.
Yeah, we're gonna compare this to Violet Evergarden.
Like a lot. Yeah. Like that one was more like very like, oh, everything's so beautiful.
Yeah,
breathtaking and pretty. This is like the kind of like it's pretty, but it's like it makes you feel something in your heart. Like it's like warm.
If I were to say like an analogy, it'd be like Violet Evergarden is like walking into like an art museum and like you see all these beautiful pictures. Like, oh wow, this is a lot of work went into this, and it's so beautiful and aesthetically pretty. Whereas this type of show is more like you're walking downtown, like you're in Central Park or something, and you're just like, wow, this atmosphere is beautiful.
Exactly. Yes.
It's like a natural beauty.
I would say so. Yeah, and then the realism of it, of this world and the characters is so real. Like, when I knew this was probably going to be like my anime, like my animated season.
What?
When they referenced Cyndi Lauper.
I knew it. As soon as I heard Cyndi Lauper, I was like, oh, Drew's gonna fucking make this episode of the week.
Come on! That's so, like...
That is a really good thing. I loved how they, like, it makes it feel more
so
real.
Personal.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
she's like, my inspiration's Cyndi Lauper, and I want to, and that's why I'm in the music. I'm like, wow, because it makes it feel like, oh, this is something that's actually happened. Like, it feels like it's happening now. They actually have an Instagram account and stuff, too. Like, they're going really hard into making it realistic.
Yes, I saw it in the... Wait, do you mean like really? Like if I go on Instagram, they have their own? That's so awesome because I remember I saw them and they had like the whole Instagram logo and everything. It looked like as if I was looking at the site in the anime. I'm like, that is so...
Props to Instagram for still being relevant 100 years or whatever.
Exactly, right? Like that is so dope.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a one-off thing either. Like the Cyndi Lauper thing, like I think the episode title was after one of her songs. And they referenced her a couple times, and you can see like some of her influence on, like it's really well built and established. So I'm interested to see if they bring up other singers, like if, like Carole's inspiration is like Usher or something. That'd be dope. Imagine, or Lionel Richie. She does do the keyboard, so I don't know. I just hope they do stuff like that. That'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just great. And then how these two met. I love how it's not... How they instantly click, like, just like musicians who are just jamming out and just want to make music. And I feel like a lot of shows are just very like, oh, we're different, so we don't know each other.
Like opposites attract type of thing. Yeah. And they are opposites to a degree, but they're they're only focusing on their similarities.
Which is music, right? And to them, that's like the most important similarity. So
I loved when they first met and they're running away from the cop, and then they both do the little jab at each other's names, like, "Oh, what's your name? Tuesday. Were you born on a Tuesday?"
I know. I love it. They're like, "What's your name, Carole?" Like, "Were you born on Christmas?" Oh, probably. Like, I love that. I love those opening lines. It's
that was so good for like establishing their characters and stuff.
Oh, so wait, on a Tuesday, I love that one part where she's like running away and she wants to miss a train. She's just like this super football touchdown dive. She's like, I was like, all right. It was very funny.
Also, you know what? I like the design of the characters too. Like the character designs are so good. Obviously, I think Tuesday is really cute. Carole has a lot of like cool fashion to her as well. Angela, I really liked. which was the other kind of semi-main character.
Yeah, Angela, who's trying to break into the music business. I like that this is like a world where music is made artificially, so you know, I feel like it's just taking like a slight jab at modern day music.
Yeah, they like had some dude who literally looks like Skrillex on the
They were like, oh, let's see if we can produce real music coming out of your mouth.
I've never worked with a real person before.
Yeah, right? That's literally what he's
You real people. So all of that was great. The music itself was really good. Even like the part where they are doing their little studio session together, like their jam session was so like the best part of the episode for me.
And yeah, it actually made me very nostalgic on like my college days, because I had at one point a decent amount of like music-y hippie friends, and I would be there a lot of times, and they would just jam out, and I really got that feel from watching this.
I liked how it wasn't like automatic. It's not like Disney-esque where they just sit down and they belt out a song that they all know or whatever. Like they played for a bit and they kind of were like out of tune for a certain point of it, and they had to sync up, and then and then they had to like stop and look at the notes and then come back. So that was really, really awesome.
Yeah, it just felt like, I just love it because it just feels very realistic.
And it was. I'm gonna love this show. I can already tell.
Yeah, because this might be my anime of the year. If it keeps going like.
And by the way, even if you it feels like Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop, even though there's no action in it like there was in those shows. Yeah, like just the aesthetic and the music and the characters, they feel like they're straight out of Cowboy Bebop. Yeah. So yeah, great episode. Looking forward to more out of this show. I'm glad we picked it. Let us move on to some more healing with Senko-san episode 1. I enjoyed it. It's a very calming experience. Basically,
certainly one way to describe it.
Basically, just the whole concept of the stressed out office worker coming home and having to be surprised by this cute fox wife slowly taking care of him and cooking his meals and pampering him was nice to watch. It was relaxing. It's a relaxing show. I feel like we have a lot of relaxing shows this month until Attack on Titan decides to air. We have a lot of relaxing shows. But as far as the main draw of the episode of this show and this episode was probably the characters, and starting with the main character. He's kind of cool. I liked him. Yeah. As far as main characters go, he's not totally bland or anything.
Yeah, he has personality. I mean, that personality right now is mostly angst, but
I liked how his reaction to seeing Senko when he opened the door. He's like, "Oh well, I ain't getting arrested. Kicking you out of my house right now."
Yeah. Yeah, so he's not a lolicon, thank God.
Yet. Well,
no.
He went after that tail pretty hard. I don't know.
Yes, and he only stroked the tail. As long as he loots nothing else, it's fine.
So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of tail looting.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of tails.
That's gonna be literally the majority. They're like, we can't have him outright be a lolicon, so for all the lolicons who are watching this, the tail service is all you're gonna get, I feel like.
Yeah. There's Senko herself is just adorable. Seeing her like make little cute umu noises and just pamper the main character and stuff. It was just a cute show.
I would just say for now I would like to see just a little bit more.
I'm gonna give this episode the benefit of the doubt in terms of I don't expect there to be like
I'll give it a break because it's the first episode. I'm just like, okay, first episode to get all nice and settled in. Next episode, let's have some more character. Let's have some more silliness.
There was a couple of other characters that kind of like made like a 5-second appearance. I feel like they're going to be more relevant because they're in the opening and stuff. Yeah. So like a white-haired fox, and there's like the purple big-breasted fox or whatever. And there was like a neighbor or something. So hopefully this goes more in the direction of comedy than just slice of life. I'm hoping for a good mix between comedy and slice of life.
Yeah, me too.
Speaking of which, let's talk about Benkyou Tachi wa Benkyou ga blah 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 Dekinai. Episode 2.
The new character, she's I at first her impact, initial impact was very strong to the point where I almost want to make her my main character, but like, Girl in Glasses is so good.
Yeah,
I'm really torn between the two.
Right now I'm leaning more towards. I think her name is Rizu. I'm gonna pull up the thing where it says all the characters' names because I don't remember all their names.
Oh no, I don't remember any of their names either.
Yes, Rizu. I think Rizu is still my favorite, although what's her name? There it is. Uruka is the new girl that showed up. She is definitely like coming in close second.
Very, very close second.
She's just a bundle of Genki cuteness with her. She did have a few funny moments. I like the whole when the blackout happens and she's like, or that scene when the Rizu's getting tutored and she's at the karaoke.
Okay, like, oh yeah, no, I'm here. I'm studying at his house, and then you just hear, she's like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
I was just coming by myself, or she was like, "Fancy meeting you here. What a coincidence."
We're at karaoke. I don't know what you're talking about.
So she's cute. I like that she actually has a motivation for liking him. For liking the main character, it's not just like a.
Oh my god, I just like him. Like I looked at him one day and all of a sudden I was in love. Like he said something really nice and sweet about her, and I could imagine at that age I'd make your heart go pitter patter. So yes, it's very, like you said, it's a very good reason to like someone. I still think her tan line's fucking gross.
Alright, so Drew has this thing where he thinks tan lines are gross.
No.
So I don't understand.
First of all,
somebody explain this before I kill him.
No, because there's like natural tan lines. Like even when you're like, say for me, my skin tone, I go out summer, whatever, fun, I get darker. I will have a tan line, which only makes sense. But my skin will not be that light. Like her skin is as light as Rizu's or Fumino's or anyone else's, and I'm like, you're not that, like, you can't get that dark. You can't get that dark while naturally being that light as light as everyone else. That's freaky. I'm sorry. That was
such a hater.
They should have made her darker. They should have made her a little darker than that. It was such a, or at least like minimalize like the tans. Like,
you are a crazy person.
She looks like she has fucking vertigo. I'm not saying, and if she does, that's fine. But like, that's not what they're trying to do. So it's just really weird.
I will keep this locked in the back of my mind for when some random show we're watching, like a Shonen Ai or something, has a tanned guy in it with tan, because they do that a lot. Like, I'm sure Free has a tan dude in it somewhere.
I mean, you can have a tan. It just can't be that. It literally cannot be day and night. It's literally day and night
Japanese,
on her skin.
What you think she's like African or something?
They make her look dark as hell. Like, I'm just saying, just balance out the tan lines a little better. I don't know, just from artistic.
So all right. What if she does have the tan lines, but like I get. They're not like as stark.
Either make her lighter or make the tan line or make the regular skin darker. Just one of the two. This contrast is like makes no sense to me. It just looks. It looks like her whole body just bleached out. Like, what the hell? Like the fact that it was like her whole body too. Just also just. Ugh.
She wears a one piece.
Like whew.
I don't know. Maybe it's an artificial tan. Who knows? I'm just saying. I liked her. She's cute.
She is cute. I'm not saying she's cute. I'm just saying that tan. That was just not a good artistic direction. Personally.
You have like these nitpicks for all the girls besides Reese. Like between this Urika's tan and Fumino's.
Well, I don't care so much. I don't care so much about the tan because I feel like we're almost never going to see it.
Unfortunately,
but Fumino, like I had to see her fucked up hair all in every scene.
It's just one strand of hair that's like it's like 2 strands of hair that are just out of place.
Too many. Too many.
You go buy her a hair clip and get that sorted out.
I wish I could.
Other than that, it was a pretty decent episode. It had some good comedy moments. Yeah. I feel like Fumino is dropping off to the back now because of that reason.
Absolutely. Like I like her personality even less in comparison now.
So hopefully Fumino steps up her game somehow. Gets back in this race.
Yeah, she just needs to not be like this very I don't know, I feel like the whole her being just very wish-washy and self-hating, I feel like her character doesn't have like a specific direction it's going in. So she just seems like a typical high school girl to me, which is my problem with her. She seems more or less maybe a little bit stronger than the typical high school like personality, like a little bit stronger. But these two, the other two, Rizu and Uruka, super stand out.
Yeah, it's the problem having 2 best girls and then 1 playing.
Exactly, like the other one's just like a high school girl. Like
you can actually see the strand of her hair, like right here.
And then look at these sticking out. Look, why are there so many sticking out on this side? Why?
I don't know. Somebody from the character design department needs to get fired, I guess.
Yes.
Alright. Let's move on to our last show of this week, which is a doozy. We are at the end with Tate no Yuusha, episode 14. The reason to hate Mine even more.
So she starts a forest fire and blames
Smokey is not proud of Mine right now.
Blames it all on Naofumi, of course.
At this point, I feel like she's just gonna snap a kitten's neck and be like, "Naofumi, why? Why did you?"
They're gonna start killing villages. Like we're just wiping out entire villages.
There's like this meme picture where it's like somebody riding a bike, and then they grab a stick and put it in the spoke of the bike, and they fall forward and like hurt themselves, and they say, "Blah, this is your fault." Blah 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 blah. Like I feel like we need one of Mine just riding a bike, and she sticks a stick in it and falls forward, and it's like, "Why Naofumi?" So yeah, everyone hates the shield hero even more somehow, and they like at this point this dude is literally Hitler in their world or something.
Yeah.
So he gets all the hate, and we end up with meeting a new character who is like a really suspicious looking nice guy who I don't trust. Who?
Ben? Is it with the Lord?
Yeah, the guy with the glasses.
Yeah, Ben.
I don't remember his name. He looks too suspicious for me.
Long last name.
He looks way too suspicious for me to remember his name. I feel like he's gonna die really soon.
He's so suspicious. The way he was kidnapped and beaten.
He has like that suspicious looking anime villain face.
Yeah,
you know?
his eyes are closed.
Like his eyes are always closed, and he has glasses, and he's always smiling. Like, oh, dude, you look like Aizen on crack right now.
No. They already had that person in Aizen.
That's true.
The white hair dude.
Yeah. Either way, I don't trust him as far as they can throw him. And I can't throw him at all, so I don't trust him.
Well, it didn't matter how much they trusted him, because it didn't matter, because of course Mine stuck her nose in everyone's business and got another nobleman to just barge in, arrest the guy, and take Melty away.
Yeah, I actually like this episode focused a lot on Melty becoming more mature, and of course at the end it focused on Raphtalia's history as a slave, which was also really done well. I really loved all the scenes where she's like, they're fighting through the I'm gonna call it like a plantation because it straight looks like a plantation. Like I don't know if that was intentionally done or not, but she's just fighting through that mansion, and like she keeps having like these flashbacks of like, oh, this is where I was when I was captured, or down there and is where they keep all the slaves and all that stuff. So like seeing her go through it, and then it builds up to that last scene where she's about to kill this guy. We get the cliffhanger ending.
Going to kill him.
How awesome would it be if she kills him though? If the next episode just starts. Next episode just starts with her slicing this guy's head off.
Episode of the week.
Instantaneous
episode of the week.
I know. She's gonna be like, you don't deserve death or something. You deserve
blah blah
far worse.
I'm a good person.
I hope she really does fucking kill him.
Yeah, you're still a good person if you kill him, Raftalia.
You can do it, Raftalia. We believe in you.
Yes, please.
Now Fui definitely doesn't have a place to disagree with you on this one.
Yeah. Even though he hasn't killed anyone himself.
Or I could definitely see something like where she spares him. We do like a Frieza situation. She spares him and walks away, and then he's like, "Ha! You turned your back!" And he like tries to whip her, but he fucks up and like whips his own face off or something.
And then you hear Simon Goku, "Yo, boy,
Frieza!" I can see that. Or like she deflects and slices his face open. Fucking fatality.
Yep.
Yeah, that was great. It was great the way they built that up. I like the way that they also built up Melty actually trying to save Naofumi and Raftalia and Fido.
That's very cool of her. Like, I don't know. Ugh. I just love that every episode just like keeps me on the edge of my seat. Like, what's gonna happen next?
I'm gonna be so sad when the show ends.
Yeah, me too. Really good anime.
Yes. Also, Fido just continues to generally be completely badass and bust through walls and knock the shit out of people. Like, Jesus Christ, Fido. MVP for years.
Yeah, but also just be very cute.
Mm-hmm. And if you think we're very cute, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so that you can catch our weekly podcast. And if you haven't already, please do join the party over on Discord. Follow us on Twitter and follow us on Twitch. I will be streaming Sekiro, Estella Link, and DMC5 again this week, so make sure you catch that. Description has the links, and if you want to go that extra mile, you can become a patron like all these lovely patrons up here who make this lovely show possible. And Drew, you have anything you'd like to add?
I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope your day is as beautiful as the first episode of Tuesday and Carole.
Same. This has been Soberoni and
Trooby-doo.
Catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Later.